And this is what you getting. You're almost at 100 shows, aren't you?
I'm at 91.
91.
Damn, nice, nice. Holy hell.
But no, we're loving the boardwalk and ready to party.
Yeah, man. So you've been seeing them since 96, you were saying, right?
96, Rupp Arena, Lexington.
You ever been up here in
This is
Atlantic
my first
City?
in the Northeast, actually.
Nice, no way.
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
Nice. Well, you just handed me a little something. You just gave me one of these.
I handed off a miracle, as we call it. So free ticket to somebody that we know is going to go to the show and enjoy themselves.
And why do that?
Just for the good spirit of what we're doing here.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
just about having a good time, and I know you're going to enjoy yourself, so that's all that really matters.
Thank you, man.
As long as you guys have a good time, we did the right thing.
Hell yeah. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, good.
Where are we at here?
We're out in AC today.
Atlantic City, baby.
Atlantic City. We got the Shakedown going here. How's the Shakedown scene going here?
It's good, it's good. It's shaking up. It's a great day.
Nice.
Spread out.
You ever been to AC before?
No, we just drove down.
Won't be back unless it's for Phish.
Exactly, exactly. We had a nice 6-hour drive, but it's all worth it.
Nice, man. Nice. First I'll ask, you do any other shows this tour?
First of the tour. We're here for the weekends. Seeing Dead and Company, but first of this tour.
Nice.
We got a bunch of shows we're going to hit within the next month or so, but starting off strong down on the beach, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. If you have one message to say to people on YouTube watching this at home, what would you say?
Get out there and have fun.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing today?
Doing well, man. I've been seeing you throughout the tour. You hitting the whole tour? What are you doing?
We're gonna do a lot of this and a lot of that, but we're definitely looking forward to our hometown shows at Dick's.
Oh, nice. Colorado, that's it.
Nothing beats Colorado. The more you go around the country, the more you realize how nice that mountain range is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've been out there, man. So how you liking AC? What's the vibe here compared to other shows you've been to?
It's a working class city.
Okay.
You wouldn't think it was a resort town.
Yeah.
First blush, unless you read it on 10 buildings, you might not get that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, we all gotta live somewhere, right?
That's it. So you got any expectations, guesses, hopes for tonight / this weekend from the band?
We might get a game henge set.
Okay, I like that. I like the way that sounds. Hell yeah,
No.
absolutely, man.
Might get an album as a whole show.
I like to see it.
The Tapestries are 30 each or 4 for 100, and I got fresh ones if you guys see anything you like.
I gotta get a shot of the Tapestries here, man. I've seen you at shows with the Tapestries, and I've been filming them for B-roll, like at a bunch of shows. They're really cool. So, what's the best? What's the best one you've had?
I mean,
This tour.
This seems like it's going to be an awesome show on the water. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But you know, Tennessee, they let us have that little parking lot, and literally, where I set up my Tapestries, I can almost see fucking the side view of the band from the parking lot.
Oh,
you know
nice.
what I mean? That one was awesome. More than. It's sold out, but there was definitely tickets to be had. You know, that was in the The acoustics outside of that venue was beautiful, dude.
My guy, how we doing?
First day's always iffy. Richie, you're playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You been doing good this tour, though?
Oh yeah. First day's always iffy. The second, third day I do really good. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. How's AC compared to other venues?
It was alright, you know. I mean, dude, everyone, it seems like it starts off slow, then the next days it just rages, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's like today, I'll be happy to sell 10, but the way all this is, dude, I'll probably 50, 60 of them tomorrow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Saturday, man.
Yeah.
Saturday's the big day.
Yeah,
Let's get a shot. What do we got here? I've seen you at every show I've been to this tour, so.
The Lizard Man.
You got a spot online people can check it out at?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna get all set up. My dad just started this, and
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to do it all. I told him I want to cut it if I end up doing it for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey.
So I mean, we've been going on tour, but he just don't want to take it that far. I'm like, dude, as much as everyone talks to me and everything, you know, like why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's fun. It's a good time, and
so,
I've heard you've done well at other shows.
Yeah.
You get some, you don't get some. You know.
Yeah.
AC's tough, man, but the Boardwalk. So.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, man.
I think tomorrow, the way this is, I think tomorrow I'm gonna murder it. You know.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
All right, my man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night, bro.
I'll be seeing you. Doing great. We're here inside an AC, and I see you got some artwork here up on the side here. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, there's a few that haven't really been out in public since the pandemic. I did this one right at the beginning of lockdown, right before lockdown, and so it's never been out yet. It's Divided Sky. It's inspired by, you know, the hollow body and the feedback of the room, which is always an inspiration for me. It's what really got me into them back in the day. I've decided I'm going to donate at least most of, half, maybe all of the money to the Divided Sky Fund if I sell the original. But also there's a lot of prints available. Over here, these are the ones that, because of a pandemic, I did shows that didn't really happen in real life because there were no real shows to do. So I did Max Rebo live at Jabba's Palace.
Okay.
And I did Electric Mayhem, you know, like the original release date of the Muppet Show.
Nice.
I like doing fake concert posters.
Nice.
And it was a good year for that. But the big one today is the 2020 tour poster. And it just kind of shows everybody, you know, partying at home.
Nice.
Sort of being on tour together on the safety of the web, so to speak. But those are the new ones, and then I have all of my old stuff for people who want that too. That's what we're doing today.
Right on. Well, how does this compare to doing outdoor a lot, the inside fan art thing?
Well, the weather's nicer and the cops don't mess with you as much.
Yeah.
I think there's benefits to both. Sometimes it's tiring when you only have like 5 hours. You don't get to like really get into it with people. I like to get to know people and like talk about the work and just visit with people. And it's harder when it's like a line of people trying to buy your work.
Sure. In and out kind of.
It feels much more like just give me your money and thank you and have a good weekend. Whereas when you're on lot, you just kind of like unfold a camping chair for someone and be like, here, you know. So I enjoy that too, but they both have their own benefits. I like doing these. I think that I would miss lot if it didn't exist, but in a place like Atlantic City, it makes way more sense to do it. Like Atlantic City is already Shakedown. You can't out Shakedown Atlantic City, so so we might as well, you know, be in the palace here.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, where can people find your artwork at online? Or,
scribblesofdave.com is where that's where you find my art. On all the social and everything.
Cool, man. Sweet. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Well, we're at PhanArt here at Phish in Atlantic City, and this is the Helping Friendly Hemp Company, and we're from Michigan.
Okay.
And we're big Phish fans, and we are heavily involved in the Phish sort of, you know, entrepreneurial spirit and the community of what drives us.
Yeah.
But we make products to help people in their lives, all ranging from derived from hemp. So it's the medicinal side of the cannabis world, and we do really well in that, especially in Michigan. We work in the dispensary market, but we're always happy to support PhanArt, sponsor PhanArt, and just so good to be back here with you, with everybody, and enjoying this time, and, you know, being safe and just having some fun, you know. So
Absolutely.
We make products for people. It really helps people like your mom, your grandma, people who want to use these products safely, but without getting sort of psychoactively, off. And so there's a big group of people like that, and we make products for them to help them in their daily lives.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find the Helping Friendly Hemp Company at?
Well, we have a website, the Helping Friendly Salve, SALVE.com, and we're always in the Phish community. We're regularly sponsoring or doing ads or things like that around. So a lot of people they see the logo and they become synonymous in our community. I've had the family from the band and stuff reach out and say that they like our stuff and our logo, and
So will people be able to find you at a non-PhanArt show? Will they be able to find you online?
Usually we don't do that just because we have some issues, ADA, so we're usually in that side of things, trying to be a little bit more conscientious.
Sure.
But whenever there's fan art, we try to get involved in that. That way we can really bring our message to people in a good, positive way. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Throughout the rest of the tour, like Lake Tahoe, Dick's, Vegas, we'll be sponsoring those events, and you'll see us around.
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, man. What's your name?
My name is Miles Moran. I'm an artist from Vermont. I do a variety of art from pins to pendants, earrings, and original spray paintings. I basically take photographs, break them down into a few different colors. Each color is then turned into a layered stencil. And you can see here, this is the final result. It's photorealistic from far away. You get close, it's impressionist. Every painting comes with a free pin.
Nice.
I love Phish. It helps me fund my habit and meet cool people on the way.
That's it. Where can people find your stuff at?
I'm sorry?
Can people find your stuff online?
They absolutely can. You can find my artwork on Instagram at Lasercrafts, Lasercrafts, or on Etsy, Miles Lasercrafts, MYLES
Perfect.
Thank you very much, brother. I hope you guys have a great day, and come see Phish if you haven't before. Highly recommend it, regardless of what you think of what you've heard on the radio or from friends. Go to a show. I didn't really like Phish originally. Went to a show. Here I am 10 years later. Not only is it great music, a great show, but a great community. Every show has something like this. You come and you can browse artwork and t-shirts, food, meet some interesting people, have a good time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Check out my art if you're interested. Thanks for the support, and thank you.
This is my husband's artwork, and we have the Wheel of Prints going on here. So it is 1 spin for $3, 2 spins for $5. You win whatever you land on, and then you win a raffle ticket to win this beautiful woman right here.
Hey, my name is Dave Thomas. I Blockhead's Printing. I'm from New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. So I started doing about a handful of years ago linoleum block printing. What I do is I carve out pieces of linoleum that I put the artwork on to make a print. So you see here the mermaid for Atlantic City. I carve out layer by layer and do different layers of colors to make this print. You'll also see what I have here is just a line art version, which basically matches up with what's left of my linoleum. I also make some larger prints as well. And you can find me on bigcartel.com under Blockhead's Printing.
So I've been making pottery for 30 years. And then about 5 years ago, I started adding Phish and Grateful Dead song lyrics to my pottery and kind of developed this new niche for myself of music-inspired art, coffee mugs and beer mugs and stuff. So that's what I got. That's what I got here.
Cool, man. Have you been doing this for a while, like the Shakedown kind of thing?
A few years with PhanArt, but been seeing shows for over 30 and always selling something in the lot.
Nice, cool. Well, how do these indoor shows compare to outdoor shows for you as a vendor?
The weather's better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's you know what you're gonna get. I mean, we had a pretty big line of people waiting to get in today. So attendance from the time we opened the door till, you know, now we're starting to wind down, and it's still pretty crazy in here. So
wow,
yeah, it's good.
That's good. That's good to hear.
You know,
cool, man. Well, I like to ask people this: if you have one message to say to people on YouTube watching this, what would you say?
Have fun, go see some shows, and check out my Etsy store.
Cool. Where is that Etsy store? Where can people find you?
The Etsy store is at LaplacaPotteryWorks.etsy.com.
What is this booth? What is CashorTrade?
So CashorTrade.org is an app, it's a website that is like a face value ticket trading app. So sort of like StubHub, but you can't resell for any more than you paid, and you can make trades with other people. So for a band like Phish, it works out really well because people will buy up a lot of tickets that just because they're so hard to get because they all sell out, and you can trade them around, and it's nice because you know you're not scalping it, you're not taking advantage of anybody or making any money, you're just kind of passing it along to a fan who can. It's nice. It's kind of like, I like to think of it as like the underlying like sort of pulse of things going on here. You know, people are helping each other out. Like everybody just wants to see the show.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like strangers stopping strangers. You know.
Yeah. I've used it countless times. It's got me in plenty of shows. So
oh, good. Yeah.
I want to thank you for getting it up and running and all that stuff.
Yeah, of course. So. It's been a pretty wild ride this year. Since Dead & Company and Phish both announced sprawling tours just through the fall, and pretty much the same week after a very quiet year for concert tickets.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we've just been going full speed, and I'm seeing a couple shows. We did some stuff on the lot in Hershey, and then we'll be here this weekend, and tomorrow we're doing another indoor thing here with some more artists and vendors and all that. And then we'll be out in Dick's with a nice tent set up and a band file. So yeah, CashorTrade is really we're in the thick of it right now, but in a good way.
That's it. Where can people find CashorTrade at?
Where can they find it?
Yeah.
Online all the time. There's an app you can download, just CashorTrade. It's totally free. It's free to sign up. It's free to sell your tickets, so that's nice. And then there's a small fee for when you buy a ticket if you're a free member, but it actually ends up paying for itself if you're somebody who does a lot of ticket deals, if you want to sign up for the gold membership that we offer.
Sure.
But we've got like 500,000 users or something crazy. Like, it started on the Phish lot actually about 10 years ago, and it used to just be, these little cards that we sort of bring back for tables and stuff, but just people, making trades, and here's what I have, here's what I want. And now it's a full-blown app with all users all over the world, all over the country. And just growing. We got a lot of big plans too. We also just launched a digital Shakedown. So the CashorTrade marketplace. So there's actually a few vendors here who are actually already set up on the CashorTrade marketplace, but that's another one. It was a COVID project because we didn't have much else to do. There was no concerts going on, so we built this little digital Shakedown, and we try to keep it as ethical as we can, like we do with the tickets. So we don't charge the sellers anything to use it. We don't take any percent of the fee. We have like a GoFundMe sort of model where you can tip at checkout just to like keep our servers going. Mm-hmm. But that's probably the most exciting thing that's happened other than these massive tours that we're now dealing with.
Yeah, well I can vouch, I've used CashorTrade countless of times.
Yeah, it's really fun like coming to a place like here and being like, hey, have you heard of CashorTrade? Everybody has.
Yeah.
Everybody has. And I couldn't do that at every concert, but here it's like we're in it here.
So do you do because I would imagine the whole jam band scene kind of knows what CashorTrade is.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
What are some shows that do you go to other shows that aren't jam band shows to kind of promote CashorTrade?
Well, there are
some. EDM we're definitely interested in getting more into because that's like a younger crowd too.
Sure.
And sure, like the outlaw country scene. That's another one where people are just like they buy up the tickets, like Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson.
Okay.
You know, it's like you can find tickets to other genres, other artists, you know, that are out of our normal like Dead and Company, Widespread Panic, Phish scene.
Yeah.
But you know, they trickle in. But we're working on it. Hopefully, we're actually planning on launching a new site in the beginning of 2022. We've been working on that. That's like our next big project after the marketplace. And hopefully that'll be able to bring some new users in as well.
Great, great.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's awesome. It's just such a great utility, and I could go on and on about it, but thank you for it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
And the one thing I like to end any interview I do is if you had one message to say to people on YouTube checking this out, what would you say?
I would say don't scalp your tickets. Sell them for free on CashorTrade.org to another fan. Help another fan out, because that's good ticket karma. Ticket karma is real. That's my message.
Great, thank you. How are we doing, my friend? How are you?
Dude, I'm doing great. This is so nice being here for this PhanArt show and getting to see some Phish this summer, you know, so.
A little cooler in here than outside.
Oh, dude, yeah, air conditioning and prints and art, and well, what's not to like, you know?
Yeah, so let's get started. I've walked by, I've seen these pictures online before. Okay. Why don't we start with, who are you and what do you have going on here?
Okay, so my name is Scott Harris. I'm a photographer out of Connecticut, New York City area. And what I do is I start with my own photography, and my photography is very vivid. You know, I try and aim for a quasi-surreal sort of look. And basically all the prints here are prints that I do in-house, all my own printing, and I try and capture in the prints the feel and the energy of the space. That's sort of my artistic style.
Nice. Cool, cool. I just have a couple questions I've been curious about, because I've seen your work online for a while. I've got a 1 or 2 year prints at home. Very cool. So what do you use for a camera, like techie, just get a little techie?
I'm over cameras. Cameras are 3.0, you know. We're in the phone era now.
Oh, nice, nice.
This whole year, I started in 2019 shooting exclusively on phones. I'm a phone junkie.
Nice, nice.
You know, so this year, it's all my Samsung, but yeah, I don't think you need, the best camera, you know, they always say is the best camera is the one that you have with you.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
Yeah. I firmly believe that. You know, when I'm working professionally, I use a Fuji these days.
Okay.
But when I'm not working, you know, Phish is a fun thing for me. My wife and I go see a lot of Phish. And so I shoot from my seat. I'm not, you know, there to work. So I'm there to have a good time. And so having just a phone lets me be part of the experience without disconnecting from it the way that carrying cameras around would be.
Sure, sure. And what about the editing process? Because they, like you said, they really pop, and I really get that kind of HDR, kind of vivid vibe.
Everything's edited completely in Lightroom, no filters, no effects.
Okay.
I shoot on RAW, even on the phone.
Okay.
And it goes through my normal editing workflow. So for me, you know, any sort of vividness, I use the HSL sliders and the tone curve for all my editing. So every picture you see is edited, every single color in every picture is edited individually, you know.
Okay,
It's slow, but it gets me the look and the vibe that I'm going for. So,
nice. Well, it's awesome. I'm sure a lot of people watching this have already checked out your artwork, but where can they find you online to check out your stuff?
So I'm on a couple different merch sites now. I have a big cartel site. I have a new store that just opened on CashorTrade's marketplace. My Capitol Theater prints are available on their website, and also I do a lot of work with Relics, and so I'm on their Relics marketplace also, so you can find my stuff all over.
Great, great. Yeah. One last thing I'll ask everybody, if you have one message to say to people watching YouTube, what would you say?
Watch more. I love YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I get a ton of my content from YouTube. It's a great outlet for music and for photography. And I'm a mobile, like I said, I'm a phone junkie. I watch tons of tech videos on YouTube. So YouTube's great. You know, find new things. That's what YouTube should be about. You know, there's always content that you like that you know already, but find new things. And that's what YouTube is, lets you explore. It's great.
I'm Pete. I run the PhanArt shows and been seeing Phish since '97.
Nice. So I heard you pretty much organized this whole show today, more or less?
Yeah, I organize and facilitate putting it together, plan a show around the runs where you can't have like a traditional lot scene, and supply a location that's a little more hospitable than the lot and not too hot, and take away any of the other elements and the weather and stuff. So it ends up being a pretty great event, and I never would have imagined I'd be doing this at this point.
Well, how long have you been involved with PhanArt?
I started PhanArt as a book in 2004, published it in 2009, and then over the next 4 years there were a couple of other folks who ran versions of this art show, and they were successful in varying degrees, and then there was a gap of, hey, nobody can put this together, and some of the artists turned to me and they're like, you got to come up with something. I was like, okay. So I called Caesar. This is 2013. I called Caesar's, and I actually booked this room that we're in, and I had never planned an event like this and never would have expected it to succeed, and then just kept going, and they just keep getting bigger and better.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for putting it on. And what is PhanArt? How would you what is PhanArt?
It's a double question. So PhanArt is any Phish-inspired art that fans make. So there's PhanArt with, an F, and then there's PhanArt with a PH. And then the book I was writing was PhanArt with a PH, and just kind of turned into PhanArt shows because people identify with that name. So I was all for it.
Great. Awesome.
So yeah, it's great. It's a wonderful subgenre of pop art.
It is. That's why I bring the camera. It's very unique.
Yes,
worth documenting, I think.
Yeah, we don't get these, like they're it's like a pop-up show. It's here and it's gone, and we're winding down, and there's people still here. It's impressive.
There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. So where can people find more info about PhanArt? Is there a website?
PhanArt.net, or anywhere on social media. If anything PhanArt's probably me.
Great, awesome. Well, thank you for putting this on, and I hope you're going to the show tonight.
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah, can't miss it.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for documenting this stuff.
One last question I like to ask everybody is, if you had one message to say to the people watching this on YouTube, what would you say?
Please tell Phish to play Lushington. We know they can play it. We just got to get them to, So Lushington. That's my message.
So my name's Al, and I'm the creator of the Gyro Universe, and I'm just really here to enjoy Phish. It seemed like a good opportunity to help get my comic out there. I write this, and I'm the creator of it. It's about an alien apocalypse, and figured I could make a sweet alien tee, 4.0.
Nice.
Not really, just really trying to get the word out. I got a Kickstarter going right now in the month of August. You can check everything out at the Gyro Universe on Instagram, and I just figured I could enjoy the time and make 20 tees and try to get them to people.
Yeah, man. Is it are there going to be more issues to the Gyro Universe?
That's what this is all about. So the Kickstarter's out right now. I'm raising money for it, and the funding of that just goes to the third issue that I'm trying to write. I have a bunch written. Sixth I'm trying to do no matter what. But the art's expensive, so that's why the Kickstarter helps. And I'm hoping to just get the word out there, maybe get people to back the Kickstarter by doing this.
Cool, man. And is that related to Phish, or are you a Phish fan who makes a comic
I'm
as well?
I'm a Phish fan who makes a comic, and I figured it was a cool opportunity to make a t-shirt. So that's pretty much it.
Well, it looks cool, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So in Phishland, did you go to the show last night?
We like to sneak up party, we like to have a good sneak up time. If that's not what you're about, then sneak up, go home.
All right.
So did you go to the show?
I went to the show last night. That Wolfman's, bro.
Killer.
That
Killer.
First set. I ended. I was like, that was first set. That was sweet. And obviously the tweezer and the gin went deep. So
Spaceland. Spaceland tweezer.
For sure.
Cool, man.
It was a great time.
Well, any expectations, guesses for tonight?
I think we could get a range of things. I think Tweet Prize will get on Sunday to close it out. Maybe like a Mama Dance opener or Stealing Time. I also think Boogie On is coming on for an encore at some point. But I'm not looking for anything because I've seen him so many times. I'm just here for fun.
What's going on? My name is Christian. Go by Xoctopox, Xoctopox. I'm a designer, photographer, artist, and came down just with a bunch of masks I designed, some really cool stickers, and just giving them out for free down here on the boardwalk at the show. Just figured I'd spread some good vibes.
Nice.
So,
Nice, man. Doing the Lord's work there, keeping people safe.
Doing what I can, man. You know, we're in a weird time and no sense in making things weird. What's going on?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
What's your name?
Mine's Jake. What's your name?
You could introduce me.
What's your name?
You famous?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm just giving out free masks and stickers.
Doing the middle of the interview.
Nothing up.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's like, what the, well, I don't know, whatever.
But yeah, I live up in New York, but I travel a bunch and just kind of out here enjoying the weekend. It's been the first time since I've been out in quite a bit of time, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. How did you go to the other 2 shows?
Yes, yeah, I've been to both nights. Last night was fucking crazy. They really got the crowd going. It was a really fantastic show.
Yeah, man. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's good to be around all these people again. It's been a little too long, so I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, man. Right on.
Be safe, have fun, but get back out there in the world. You know, you don't have to stay home to stay safe. You know, get yourself a mask, get yourself a vax, and just go out and enjoy yourself.
Oh, cool. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. Because you know that the lyrics, the only way the earth is going to be saved